I will admit I sometimes struggle to understand how people can have more than one Sona or character.
Okay, well, why
Because
don't we unpack that? What is that about? What does that? What does it mean to you for someone to have a character? Let's actually. You got me curious now.
so to me, having a OC Sona character, um, first off, no matter what you do, everyone has their own biases, and inevitably, when you are creating something, your own biases do tend to go into whatever you're making.
Mm-hmm.
That being love, hate, personality, whatever. Everything goes into it. One way or another, whether most people are willing to or not. Um, the idea that one person can have multiple personas or multiple characters and in a way not be those people at the same time, I find a bit alien, because you're imparting part of yourself into them whether you want to or not, so they are part of you in a sense, whether you want them to be or not.
Are you
In
familiar with the?
unless
Are you familiar with the theological
unless
concept of an aspect?
I mean,
I'm
yeah, but aspects are still parts of the whole.
Sure, absolutely. I think I've heard this perspective before, and I find it very fascinating. Where you're saying that, you're saying that the connection to the author is, well, not necessarily indelible, but what I'm trying to get to is that by virtue of there being a connection to the author, that they are just extensions of the author. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I can definitely understand that. So let me ask you this then: how do you reconcile that with the concept of acting?
When you are acting, you are usually intentionally being something else, or pretending to be something else.
Uh huh.
It is a practice that I do practice for my role-playing stuff.
Sure.
Um, However, I do find a lot of parts of it also disingenuous, because to act is to pretend to be, which in a way can be lying. In a
Okay.
very, very small way, lying. It can be disingenuous to one person's own being. Um, but this is then reconciled with the fact that most of the time, as aforementioned, when people make a character, there are parts of themselves in that character. So when they're acting like that character, you're not really acting. You're just playing that avatar of yourself.
Huh. I'm not sure I agree, but I respect your opinion nonetheless.
I will say that there are two exceptions. And that is, first off, some people can have like dissociative identity disorder, or DID, or split personality disorder, however you want to say that, in which case the mind can fracture. And in those cases, I entirely understand having more than one representation of yourself, because you yourself are more than one person. The other exception being when you intentionally make a character that is a antithesis of yourself, where they have intentionally nothing to do with you, no traits whatsoever.
I'm thinking about the logic behind this, because you really piqued my interest with this, because I've heard this point made before from other people, because this is like a thing that goes back and forth in the roleplay community. Some people will take your stance, where they're saying that the connection to the author means that it may as well just be an extension of that author in whole. I always saw it more in terms of acting, where you are creating a character, and inevitably, yes, some of you will end up in the character because you are always a part of whatever it is you make in one way or another. Your existence will always affect it, sure, but you are still trying to, on a psychological and like a philosophical level, trying to grasp at the identity of another person, and using empathy and social understanding, trying to project yourself, maybe not project yourself, but trying to inhabit the skin of another human being. I feel this is obviously neither. I think this is one of those kinds of big debates that goes on and on. Like, for example, like in acting, you no doubt have heard inside out acting versus outside in acting.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, are you familiar with method acting?
I'm not off the top of my head.
Okay, so what was it? Marlon Brando. He was a guy who was famous for doing method acting, where he basically tries to change himself to be into being the character, and darn the consequences. And they would act in character the whole production, and they would do all kinds of things to basically change their own psychology and mind to basically be another person. I think that's Inside Out, or is that Outside In? God, I can't remember. One of them has to do with taking pieces of yourself and putting it out there, putting it like in. I think that speaks to the point you're making about taking pieces of yourself and putting it out there into the character. And another one is about taking the variables around you and using that to change yourself in a way, or using that to alter your behavior, your caricature, your posture, your body language. And I believe that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's like outside in acting. And I think the disparity we seem to have in terms of opinion speaks to that. That it seems for you that it's more inside out acting for you, where it's the person themselves is taking of themselves and putting it into a creation. And I guess for me it's more outside in acting, where I take things that I've learned, stimuli that I've received, and I'm using that to augment myself in order to fit a different entity. I'm not sure there is a right answer or a wrong answer to something like this. I think it's really definitely one of those big philosophical things that could go on round and round forever. But I definitely think that I can understand the point you're making, for sure.
I want to really quickly say that I'm not trying to make a point. I'm not trying to make any form of argument. All I'm saying is that I don't understand, and I have struggled in the past with understanding your point of view on the matter.
Well,
but that's okay,
yeah,
because my understanding is not required.
Totally.
So, whatever floats your boat, personally, it's the blood of my enemies.
And who are your enemies exactly? Hello?
I cannot say right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's politics.
Oh,
it's
okay. Sorry. I thought you were going to say something like, lore thing. Okay. All right.
I don't really have lore enemies there. As far as I'm aware, all dead.
Oh, well. That's convenient.
So I win!
Yay!
Through the branches and roots of Yggdrasil, I win!
Wait, you say Yggdrasil? Like the world tree?
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of this. Yeah. There's this great channel out there on YouTube called Overly Sarcastic Productions. They talk about things like mythology, history, stories, and all kinds of stuff like that. And there was one, because the female half of the channel, she goes by the name Red. She was covering the concept of the 9 realms. But at some point during her video, she says, "Does the word the 9 realms refer to the integer 9, or is it a translation thing where in the Norse languages did 9 mean a bunch of or a lot of?" Because sometimes people in like antiquity would like use numbers like that. They don't mean like literally this amount. They'll say 40 days and nights when almost as if it's like seasoning on the prose. Huh?
Yeah, where it's the 9 realms could be subject to it's actually like 42, but we're just gonna insert number here and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So actually, this gets me to a good question I'd like to ask you. Would you characterize yourself as more of a figurative thinker or more of a literal thinker?
First off, have a wonderful night, Code Skippy.
Have a good night.
I'm not in. Things never go over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I tend to catch it.
Okay.
In my hand.
Well, if I ever have to play a VTuber baseball, I'll know how to have his catcher or first base person.
I will eat your ball.
Aw, why?
Mm-hmm. I'm a dragon. When I'm not shapeshifted into another form, I don't exactly have thumbs to grab things. I just bite it.
You have a thumb right there. I just saw it.
I said when I'm not shapeshifted. I am
Oh.
currently shapeshifted.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so what does your true form look like then?
One moment, I can send that to you.
Okay, we can put it up on the screen.
First off, I am going to bite your hand.
Why?
Because dragon. I have sent that to you in your DMs.
Oh, that hurt. Why did you do that?
It's just a little gentle nibble. You'll be fine.
Oh,
Rub some dirt in it. Have a nap. You'll be fine after 24 hours of rest.
that's mean.
Or, sorry, 8-hour rest. 8-hour rest. My bad.
Long rest, huh? Here's what
Yep.
Luna sent me. Is this GIF of this dragon acting like a total chihuahua and just biting your hand all over.
And pressing their head into the palm for head pats.
Everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Where did it go?
Oh, I took the graphic down. What?
Oh no. I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually know how to immediately bring it up onto the screen, so I am going to just link you the FA.
Uh-huh.
There is the view link of my character with one of my friends, Sissian, who is a 12-foot tall anthro bear.
Oh my gosh, Tarth, we have finally found another person whose persona is a polar bear. It took us forever, and we finally found another polar bear. Sorry, Tarth's persona is a polar bear, so I don't know, I got kind of excited about that.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Sorry, I get excited. If you can't tell, I have a touch of ADD. I think it's a very sweet picture. Very cozy.
Yeah, that was a birthday present
Aww.
that the polar bear Sissian got me.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Though, as someone who lives in the Midwest, I know for a fact that even though it looks cozy, for people like me, going outside would be like, walking to a freezer, so it'd be anything but cozy for me. But I'm sure it looks like you two had a lot of fun.
I can walk outside in the middle of a blizzard with shorts on and be fine.
Ah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm well insulated.
Okay, cool. You guys have a superpower. So is that why your character is an ice dragon?
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
And all the moon symbology and stuff is because I love the moon. I love the night. There's just something so peaceful about the darkness.
And
when everyone else is asleep and all the cars are not roaring by, all the fumes are gone for the day, and everything's just at peace and rest.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. I do the same thing where sometimes in the middle of the night I'll just get in the car and just go for a drive, and I just love how peaceful everything is.
Yeah.
I in many ways I like night more than daytime, but all the appointments and errands I gotta do are in the daytime, so I would be a night owl, but all the stuff I need to get done has to be done during the day, especially all the calls I have to make.
It is because of my love of the nighttime that, going back to the MLP stuff that we talked about at the beginning, my favorite character, not main 6, but my favorite character is Princess Luna.
Ah, you like moon butt, huh?
Yes. Yes, I like moon butt.
I was always kind of a fan of sun butt, aka Princess Celestia. From the first time I saw that character in MLP, I was like, oh, okay, that's the resident mom figure. I feel like a lot of people assumed she was like a goddess and whatever. Like, no, I was sure as soon as I saw her that she's the mom character.
Yep. When I was going through high school, people actually called me Your Royal Majesty and stuff because I was very connected with Princess Luna, and no one else in my high school was. So my group of brony friends in high school called me her royal pain in the ass and bringer of night and all that and stuff. So I have joked that Celestia is my sister on the occasion.
Okay.
It is hilarious.
I have known people who I think are otherkin. I think is the term for it, where they like identify as a character or something like that.
Hello.
Hi. Oh.
You.
Oh, right. Okay.
By the way, other kin and Therian are adjacently basically synonyms.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they overlapped a whole lot or not, which is why I brought it up. I thought, there might be interesting compare and contrast to talk about. Okay.
They to put it in the simplest of terms, they are largely considered synonyms.
Really? I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I am aware, they are largely used as synonyms and have almost all of the same. My brain wants to say symptoms, but that's not quite the
attributes.
Or they have the same attributes and characteristics.
Okay. So
there might be some slight differences, like canon character versus non-canon character, but then you get into the issue of that canon character might not have existed for as long as the person that says that they are that character has existed, and then you have some discrepancy in that. It's like, how did you exist? So you're 40. My Little Pony came out 10 years ago. You're saying you are Princess Celestia. So how did you exist before you existed?
I know what you mean.
There's some discrepancy in there, but hey, if people want to do whatever and it's not affecting me, that is perfectly fine.
I can understand that. So, in this category of, I guess you could call it phenomena, perhaps, what do you make of the phenomena of tulpas and tulpamancy?
Would you please define?
Okay, well, I have an idea of it off the top of my head, but I want to get you a good definition. So I'm actually going to make sure that my understanding is correct before I say it.
Okay. Webster!
Yeah.
Google! Oh, wait, sorry. Alexa, what is tulpamancy? I don't actually have an Alexa.
Me neither. I don't need something that's actually spying on me all the time. Okay.
Chat, if I manage to turn on someone in chat's Alexa, please let us know, because that's funny as hell.
Oh god. Oh man, I have a friend who has a character named Olexa with an O, and when someone in our D&D group has to say Alexa, turn on the lights or whatever, they're saying Olexa, they activate the thing, and it's always kind of funny. But okay, tulpamancy. Tulpamancy is a colloquial term for the practice of creating or interacting with tulpas, servitors, and other mental constructs, as well as for acts of auto-hallucinatory training. Okay. The main act of interaction with mental constructs is referred to as forcing, which commonly is a meditation-style activity, but can take on many different forms in order to fulfill different purposes. A practitioner of tulpamancy is called a tulpamancer. Okay. Not quite what I was going to say, but okay. What do you think?
What do I think about that?
Yeah. You ever heard of it before?
I have never heard of it before.
Really?
Nope.
My understanding of tulpamancy is where it's like having a entity that lives with you in your mind with you that you created. I think it's like an advanced. I think, and if anyone out there is into the tulpa stuff, please forgive me because I'm trying to understand this. I think it's kind of like having a much more elaborate version of an imaginary friend. It's like a more elaborate and in-depth evolution of that, it seems like.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I thought we could talk about this.
I know nothing about that.
Okay, sorry.
And for people in chat and in the comments of YouTube and stuff, I do not declare that I know everything about everything. I know, in fact, that I don't know a whole lot of things. Things that I have said, I very likely might be wrong. I am a dragon. I live under a rock, and I am easily distracted by laser pointers. So,
I love that. I love that.
yeah. So I don't pretend that I know. Tulpas are basically mind space characters that can psychologically influence the physicalness of yourself.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand that, but if that is what someone feels, then good for them, so long as it doesn't force them to hurt me or anyone else.
Sure. I feel like with a lot of undertakings of the human condition, there is the whole thing of it's fine as long as you're not a dick about it.
Yes.
Like, you can be a gamer, that's fine as long as you're not a jerk about it. You can be a furry, that's fine as long as you're not a jerk about it. You can be, I don't know, a singer, that's fine as long as you're not a jerk about it. Like, I think that's kind of the baseline thing of a lot of subcultures in our world, is how a lot of people might try to characterize them in one specific way, but when you start to investigate them, they get nuanced, they get complex, they have subcultures, and all kinds of things like that. They have a history, they sometimes even have politics involved, like,
Excuse me, I have subcultures within subcultures within polycules within subcultures. It can get complicated.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's probably one of the better guideposts, is how, whatever the case may be, as long as you're just not being a dick to people. So yeah, I think I hear what you're saying there.
Yep. So long as you're not being a jerk and not affecting anybody else with whatever it is you're doing, or at least not affecting them. If you are affecting them, so long as it is consensual and no one is being like physically or mentally hurt in any way, shape, and or form, then that is perfectly fine. Go right ahead. If you want to be an Apache attack helicopter, go right ahead. Just don't go shooting missiles at people, please.
Right. And while we're on that subject, please don't freeze me in ice. I have some thawing spells, but I'd rather not have to use them right now.
So put my hand on your head and just watch you slowly frost over.
No, that's not at all what I just said. No.
but it's so ice to see you.
Ah! Oh, oh, God damn it. They who would pun would pick a pocket.
Hey, man. Hey, that was pretty cold of you.
Ah! God dang it! Oh, I'm gonna get the squeaky hammer and bonk you on the head with it.
You can't though. You see. Look at my character really, really close. You can see there's a little horn on my snoot. Your hammer will pop.
I'll just bop it on the tuft of hair above it then. Haha.
No.
Oh, I have to post this. I have to post this.
You might damage my last brain cell. Remember, your brain is a spaghetti ball dipped in salsa and power cables. I mean, that's not inaccurate.
Hang on a second. Wait. I gotta get this
What?
image. I'm gonna send this image to you.
Oh no.
Oh, it didn't copy the GIF. God dang it.
It's GIF.
Oh, here we go. So it begins. Here we go.
I said that on purpose.
Okay.
I do not care whichever one it is.
Some people will argue to hell and back again.
Well, in the names by the words of the StarCraft II Spectre unit, which is a unit from the Terran army, I can taste your mind.
Ew! That's gross.
Salty.
Oh, I only played StarCraft 1 and 2 as a kid, but I mostly just cheated my way through the story because I just wanted to hear the story, not to play the game. But one of my favorites was the
Yeah.
Arbiter, who would say, "You want to hear the secrets of time travel? Well, it isn't. You want to hear the secrets of time travel?" I love that gag. It was so funny. Here's the GIF I sent to them.
I see. Chat, they're kink shaming my puns.
Something like that. I guess it's your punishment. Ay!
Then that would be a punishment.
Ah! Oh. You need to chill out.
I mean, I would, but I have nothing to defrost with.
Oh. You didn't even do a pun that time. Dang it.
Nope. Nope. I just talk about ice and cold things.
Okay, well, if we ever need to have a bunch of beers chill, we'll just put it in your hair for a bit. How's that?
Sure. Why not? Good luck getting it back out.
Why? Oh.
Because the bottle would freeze to it.
Ugh.
And you are not cutting my hair.
Wait, we could melt the hair with a thermal pod. You have a big reference? Never mind. No one's gonna get that reference.
That's a bad idea.
But everyone knows from Pokemon that fire is super effective against ice.
So as a dragon, I have actually very few ways of protecting myself because I am still a relatively young dragon. My scales are not impenetrable. I do not have all of the stupid, overpowered things that most dragons have. I can get bigger, and with that size does come a whole lot of strength, but the hair actually does have a small secret.
Oh?
The reason for all the fluff going down my spine is because when I am wet, and since I live around lakes high up in mountains, wet hair freezes. When you have a dragon that can then control how it freezes, the hair actually becomes ways of making large spikes of ice, which is
I
my
love it. That's
primary
great.
defensive feature.
That's really clever.
Yeah. So, am I going to curl up into a ball and all of my hair is going to freeze into a whole bunch of ice spikes around me? Yes. I literally will become a sea urchin and roll at you.
So we know that. So if we ever have to stat you out for D&D, we know you're gonna have Polar Ray, Ice Storm, Cone of Cold. What else?
Blizzard.
Yep, Blizzard. Ray of Frost. Oh, I sent you a link to a comic you might enjoy. I don't know if you've seen it already. It's called How to Be a Dragon. It's about some dragons doing silly stuff every now and then with some fun little anecdotes. You might enjoy it.
Possibly.
Cool.
My breath attacks would be that of a silver dragon, by the way.
Oh wait, silver. What is that?
So a cone of cold. Silver dragons have a cone of cold and a cone of paralytic gas.
I'd make a joke, but I'm trying to be respectful.
That is also how I eat my food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
still
ice cream
alive.
and popsicles are bust, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
I get you. Oh, that reminds me of a funny scene in Donkey Kong Country Tropical
Take care,
Freeze.
Hottie. Enjoy your VRC.
Hang on, am I not connected to a stream together? Because I'm not seeing some of the stuff.
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm not sharing chat right now.
Ah!
Why? Why did that happen?
You turned it off, apparently.
I don't even know how. I didn't even know that I had done that.
Oh no!
Aw, so there was people talking and I didn't even see it. Oh man.
Yeah, Code Skippy, Hotspot, and Noik were talking.
Okay. Well, we're entering into the back section of the interview at this point, so I usually like to, okay, yeah, sorry, Hotspot. Thank you for coming by, though, if you're heading out. But usually near the end, I like to do a trivia section if the guest is interested. I don't suppose you'd be interested in doing one of those?
Sure, but I have the memory of a goldfish.
Well, is there anything that you know a heck of a lot about?
D&D and Pathfinder.
Okay. What if I would you want to do some D&D trivia? How about that?
Well, I will put an asterisk on the old 5th edition D&D and only like the normal, like the player's handbook.
Well, I'm
1 and
gonna
2.
see if I can find something.
We didn't during my time with the play tests. We didn't get like all supplements banned. We did not care about supplements at that point in time.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, why don't we give it a shot? It might be fun. I mean, unless you're opposed to it.
We can give it a shot.
Okay. So, first question for D&D trivia. In what year was the original D&D box set first published?
The original box set?
Mm-hmm.
That is not 5th edition or 3.5, so I don't know.
Dang. It says 1974. Okay, let's see if I can find something that's more 5e related. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, in 5e, a fireball cast at 3rd level deals how many d6 of damage?
66.
It says 8d6 here. At 3rd
A
level.
fireball cast at 3rd level?
Yeah. Wait a minute, is that... Wait a minute. Is this run wrong? Hang on a second.
It can be upcast.
It can, but it starts at 3rd level, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hang on. Wait, did I find a bad quiz? Hang on. Now, it wouldn't be a D&D situation if we weren't checking a book about something.
Nope, it is now 8d6. They buffed it.
They buffed it, huh?
Yeah, I could have sworn that it was
Alright.
6. In Pathfinder, it is still 6.
Okay, here's another question. Rangers gained the Beastmaster archetype in which edition?
Rangers gained the Beastmaster archetype in which edition?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's only 2 editions that I know about, so that's a 50-50 5th edition. Because I'm pretty sure that... Isn't that one of the new ones that also, like, just came out?
Well, they did, like, a, like, 5.5 kind of thing, almost, I think, where they, like, made our new player's handbook or something.
Yeah, the D&D quote-unquote 1, a.k.a. What is now, like, D&D 2024 edition, or whatever they're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Where they reprinted a bunch of stuff.
Okay, so... Do you know any lore from, like, D&D?
I know a bit of lore, particularly around the dragons of D&D. Oh. I am a huge fan of the stories of Tiamat and Bahamut.
Okay, this one might be right up your alley then. Okay, next question. Kobolds revere which petty dragon god?
Tiamat.
It says here it's Kurtulmak. 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 I never even heard that name before. Hang on a second.
Kurtulmak is not a dragon god. So that is inherently wrong. Kurtulmak is the patron deity of kobolds, who is not a dragon god. They are the god of kobolds.
Serves Tiamat. Worshippers. This is not a good quiz. I'm going to find a better one. That's a lame quiz. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's a slow ball for you. Sure. Which popular adventure module features the vampire Strahd?
Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, that was an easy one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. What powerful artifact is sought in the Tomb of Horrors?
I know that there's actually several. I know that there is a Sphere of Annihilation in the Tomb of Horrors. It's actually in the front door.
It says here that the answer is the Demi-Lich's Skull. Oh, I have a story about this. Okay, the only actual module I ever ran was Tomb of Horrors for 3.5e, because I thought it would be fun, and we managed to get through it relatively okay. And when I found out that this free module from Awatsi was actually just a giant commercial for Tomb of Annihilation, I got so upset. It had like that whole Christmas Story, a crummy commercial type of moment that I just said, okay, you know what? You guys used the, because they had the Jinn, and they somehow charmed it to let them have a wish. And they wished for Asarak to be dead. I'm thinking, you know what? Okay, the fact that this module led me on like this kind of pissed me off. So I let them just kill Asarak there. But I remember that, reading this description of the Demi-Lich skull, I'm thinking, huh, Demi usually means half of something. So it's weird that the Demi-Lich is more powerful than the Lich. But, okay.
That is actually not true at all. Demi-Liches are way less powerful than a Lich.
Really? Because that's not what this one thing said when I read it. Okay.
Yeah, a Demi-Lich is... So, Liches are creatures that have a phylactery, and they feed souls into that phylactery to continue having their power. The phylactery, in return, will rejuvenate them if they are destroyed.
Right.
And is like the source of their soul and all their strength. A Demi-Lich is usually a Lich that has had so little like food, like their phylactery has like no souls in it, that the phylactery is destroyed on its own, and they go insane.
This is different. Okay.
They lose all their intelligence, and most Demi-Liches exist only as a undead floating skull, or sometimes their normal Lich form.
Huh.
Most Demi-Liches won't have a phylactery anymore, although some early Demi-Liches can. They are very commonly left alone.
Interesting.
Because they just kind of sit around waiting for more fuel to feed their phylactery to try to cure their condition, because they lose almost all of their intelligence.
Interesting.
And just sit there. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm just misremembering them.
A Lich itself is almost always going to be more stronger, because it still has access to all of the power of the souls within its phylactery. It has all of its vast knowledge and wealth. It can still be mobile. Demi-Liches generally cannot. Demi-Liches are very dangerous. At the same time, though, creatures that hear a Demi-Lich scream can just die.
Yeah, I think I remember something about that has it has a one-shot ability.
Yeah, they have and effectively the Howl of the Banshee spell that they cast.
Yeah.
The moment you disturb a Demi-Lich. And they do that because they want to kill as many creatures near them as possible, to then feed souls back into their phylactery if their phylactery is still intact, so they can become a normal Lich again.
I get you. Interesting. Well,
yeah.
Today I learned. Okay, so next question. Which dragon is known for its love of riddles?
There's a lot of those. There's a lot. Of the two particularly named dragons, I would say Bahamut likes riddles more.
I wouldn't go with proper nouns. I'll just giving you a clue. I wouldn't go with proper nouns. I'd go with species.
Species? I don't remember if it's copper or brass dragons amongst the 10 main species.
Well, which is your final answer?
The two that I know the least about, I would say the brass.
I'm afraid it was copper.
Damn.
I think the brass dragon is the one that likes to talk to people. I think copper, one of the metallic dragons is a prankster, and the other one likes to quiz people or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
The one of the problems that I have with how they've done the metallics versus chromatics is that the chromatic dragons, which you will always run into a lot more chromatic dragons amongst your D&D games, because who doesn't like fighting giant evil dragons? Like,
right.
it is called Dungeons
And dragons.
and Dragons.
It's right there.
This is not Humans and Households, although that is also a very fun game.
I love it.
But, you know, red dragons, fire, white dragons, ice, green dragon, poison, black dragon, acid, blue dragon, lightning. The metallic dragons, who are supposed to be mirrors, the brass and gold dragon are both fire dragons.
Yeah.
Copper, I believe, is poison. Silver is cold. Oh my god, I've forgotten my 10th dragon type. The metallic ones are always the much more rarer and much less known.
Yeah. I think there's even crystal dragons out there if you go digging in some of the Splat books.
Yep. There are a bunch of like crystal dragons. The Pathfinder 2nd edition actually redid all their dragons.
Ooh.
They don't have the traditional colors anymore. And they just came out with a brand new book of dragons that describes in detail each of the now, like, I think they're up to 20 or 22 different types of dragons.
Cool.
And they are not based on color. They are based on the different disciplines of magic.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our next question. I'm getting a little bit tired because I don't usually stay up this late, so I'm starting to crash. But why don't we have one more question and then we'll move from there. Which organization is dedicated to hunting aberrations?
Aberrations?
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Spiper, welcome in. We're kind of near the end of the interview, but welcome in nevertheless.
Spy! Which organization hunts aberrations?
Yeah, in D&D, yep.
In Dungeons and Dragons. I want to say the Harpers. Although, technically, they hunt anything that is evil. But I'll say Harpers.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Correct. You got it.
Yep.
All right. Well.
Yay!
Yay!
I still remember some of my D&D lore after not playing it for like 5 years.
Something like that. Something like that.
I wanted to pick a topic that you also knew a bunch about. That way, you know, I wouldn't say like, oh, hey, give me a planet side quiz, something that you've never heard of until.
Well, what I do is I Google it. Like one time there was a guy who wanted to be quizzed on like assembly language. Yeah, so I just find some trivia stuff online, and I use that because otherwise, yeah, I'd have to have a ridiculous amount of trivia in my head, which.
Yeah, well, too bad. Too bad, so sad. I wanted to pick that topic also because, like, no matter how much I love Pathfinder, Dungeons & Dragons is the more popular game. Wizards of the Coast does have more money to advertise for it. It does bring in a lot of people that then I can steal away from them and introduce to Pathfinder.
You're starting to sound like a Sith. I can steal them from the Jedi and make them my Padawan, my apprentice.
Join the dogs. We have cookies. We have cookies.
Okay.
On the dark side, we have cookies.
Well, I think we're coming to a close here. Also, so what we do here at the Sometime Show is that the guest gets to choose who we raid. So, is there anyone in particular you'd like us to raid as we close up the show?
Well, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, a friend of mine is currently playing Dungeons and Dragons. Their name is Kuroa VR.
Okay, let me see if I can look him up with this thing.
I will send their exact spelling to you.
Okay.
In DMs.
Alrighty then, I see it there. I'm posting it. Oh, wait, this way. There we go. Kuroa, they're doing D&D right now. Okay.
They are actively playing D&D right now.
Okay. Well, we can start. We can get a raid going for that. I don't remember how Stream Together does raids. I think it does pull from both. So
I think it does. You may go ahead and raid if it doesn't pull me with automatically. I have it typed in on my end too.
Cool. Well, anyways, Luna, I want to say thank you so much for coming on to the Sometime Show. I wish you the absolute best with your career as a VTuber. I want to say thank you so
Yep.
much for your time and coming to answer my silly little questions. And I'm very thankful to have met you, and I think you're a cool person. So thank you so much.
And I look forward to growing and continuing to expand out a bit more and get on YouTube. And maybe, who knows, one day down the line, I might come back and we'll have a interview part 2.
Cool, that'd be cool. That
Yeah.
sounds great to
How
me.
many returning guests? How many returning guests have you had on the Sometime Show?
You know, you would be the first one, because I could do returning guests. I haven't exactly thought of that before, but yeah, we could do that. I'll have to see if any of them are up for that. Interesting.
Hey, sometimes that might make a good show.
Yeah, especially if there's been a lot of time since the last time they were on.
You're tired, but I'm making a play on words for your.
Oh,
You're sometime.
right. I'm sorry. I'm really out of it. My meds are also fading, so I'm just
Yep.
bleh. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Well, let's get the raid going.
Let's
Okay.
let's raid my friend who's another variety streamer, similar to me but different. They're a
Oh.
horse.
Luna, what's the raid message? Dragons are the best.
Do I want to? I usually just say hello from the Dragon's Den,
Okay. So,
which is the name of my Discord.
okay, you guys, I put it in chat. That is our raid message. So when we show up to Kuroa VR, we're gonna put that in chat. All right. Thank you to everyone who came by. We're gonna be going now. I want to say thank you and good night, and everyone have a wonderful night. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Hang on, got a raid, and it's gone through and.